Take a second, take a listen. Oh yeah. Think the same, but we so different. Oh yeah. Just hear me out. You're about to get a little.
But it tastes like a spicy margarita. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of A Little R&R Podcast.
I'm your boy Ramont.
And I am Reese. We are coming to you live and direct from an unsecluded location in the DMV area. We are happy to be back.
Yes, we are.
It's been a long week for me.
Okay.
But I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here too, friend.
Great.
Would you like to tell everyone why you're a bitch?
I don't understand where that came from. Where did that come from?
I feel as if you was a bitch last night.
Why?
Oh, Miss Diva?
How? No.
Okay.
Okay, so let's...
You
tell
want to
the
talk
people-
about it or you want to give an update?
Well, there is no update. I don't think I have really an
Okay.
update. So I was out.
Because I'm going to get right into this.
We get some feedback every now and then. And one piece of feedback that I received was that it takes us too long to get to the topic.
Seems like it's going to take long today too.
But I feel like the catch-up is necessary.
Absolutely. There are Reese and I don't talk sometimes, so therefore we can have a conversation when we do the podcast. Because when you think of how long the topic itself is, it's only about 30 minutes.
Right.
We only talk for about a good 30 minutes itself.
Agreed.
And I feel as if we need time to just talk about what's been going on to get into the groove of things.
Ease into the topic.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not mad. I understood the perspective. I think if someone that's coming in to listen to just if they see the topic and they're like, ooh, I want to hear about this.
Fast forward 30 minutes.
Well, so shout out to Aaron, who was very honest with me yesterday.
Alfred Aaron?
Mm-hmm.
What did he say?
He said, I don't know what we were talking about, but he mentioned that he really didn't listen to our podcast because he wasn't listening to, I don't want to quote him. I don't want to misquote him, but something like, I ain't listening to that shit because, at the time we were at odds.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I thought you would have listened
Eventually.
for the sake of Ramont. Like, Ramont's still your friend, right?
No,
and he was like, nah, I'm good. And I said, oh, we had a whole conversation about you on one episode. And he was like, did you? So, of course, he wanted to listen to that episode.
Very Omari.
But what's crazy is 24 minutes in is when we started talking about the topic.
Yeah, just fast forward 30 minutes. We will get to the topic.
We will. Okay, so last night, let's because I don't feel like I gave that. I don't.
The facial expressions, it was...
Okay, let's back it up. So Ramont
Reese was having a moment.
Ramont put together another outing for the team. Are we saying where we went?
We don't have to.
Well, we went there, and the probability of me going back is slim. Like, slim. So we get there. Well, we didn't get there together. When I got there...
I got there first.
Did you?
No, Shaq got there first.
Okay. Damn. And Shaq live out there?
Shaq's probably like 15 minutes from there.
Right. Oh, okay. So when I pull up, I walk in, I see Ramont and Omari, like right as soon as I walk in. First of all, you walk in and it's big ass signs, 100% ID check. So I got my wallet in my hand, like, okay. And the dude just puts a wristband on. I said, oh.
I think he already knew.
That I was old?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But still, 100% ID check, this big ass sign, but you just putting bracelets on. That's fine, whatever.
Because he checked mine.
Did he?
Yeah, he took mine.
Wow. So then I walk in. I feel like walking in was past that little threshold that you guys were at. Like right where you guys were was like in.
Yeah.
So I walk in and I'm taking in the people. And it's people my mama age, my daddy age, my age, my niece, I feel like her age. Like, I felt like it was
a mixture.
It was like a family reunion type. And I was like...
I can see that, yeah.
And then I was like, these motherfuckers is playing spades.
Oh, you don't play.
Not that that's but it just was weird.
But I knew that they would be there doing that.
I didn't know that. So then I turned and they're singing karaoke. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Where am I at?
What the fuck is this?
And then I go to the bar and the guy at the bar, like, I'm going to get a drink. So the guy at the bar is like, they're just lounging at the bar. And I was like,
there's no place to sit.
Right. But I was like, move the fuck out of the way for the people that want drinks. Like, move.
Mm-hmm.
The dude was just literally standing there eyeballing me. Sir. So I was just like, let me get my drink. So then I was like, let me move. So then when I got back to where you guys were, it was just like history. It was like, this is your life, is what I felt like. I was seeing people from my past that I was just like, I don't want to see you. 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 Why are you here? So then, like, I was not leaving, but I went to the restroom. And I came back, somebody grabbed my leg. I'm like, the fuck?
Who was that?
I mean, a guy that I knew, but it was just like, okay. Shout out to, who was it? I can't even think of the boy's name.
Who did he do?
He came over and he said, are you okay? And I said, I'm good. He was like, okay. And again, familiar. I don't know you, but we know each other. Like, we've seen each other.
At what point was this? When you were sitting down?
When I was coming back from the restroom.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, so that was my first indicator that maybe I did look like something was wrong. I was just over it. Like, as soon as I got there, I said, I'm ready to go. Like, literally.
I said the same thing.
When I met up with you guys, I was like, okay. One, I felt, and I wasn't, I had on sweats and a t-shirt. I felt overdressed.
I felt overdressed.
The overdressed one. And then I was just like, it was just an array of... Now, when we sat down and got into some of the people that were doing karaoke, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. But then I'm getting daggers from over here. And I was just like, I'm ready to go.
What you getting from over there?
Just daggers. People just stare. Like, sir, ma'am, leave me alone. Like, I don't want to. So I was just like, oh, I was over it. Sorry. But I don't think I was a bitch. Like, I felt like I was just kind of like chilling. So that's how I saw it.
Because you didn't see you. You should have walked around with a mirror in front of you so you could see what you were.
So what did I
like.
give? Because now I feel bad. I wasn't even on my phone.
You might as well have been.
I wasn't on my phone at all.
You might as well.
I made it a point not to be on my phone.
I think being on your phone probably would have saved from your facial expressions. It probably would have changed if you saw something else on your feed.
Singing and stuff.
At some points. Prior to that, it wasn't.
I was ready to go.
You was ready to go.
I was.
You was ready to go, and it looked like if anyone would have tapped you on your shoulder and said, sir, you probably would have flipped the fuck out.
Well, the boy that did bump me, I felt like, I don't know. It was a lot going on.
You just ready to go, Frank. You just didn't want to be there.
I just didn't want to be there, and I probably won't. I'm not going back.
I know you're not going back. I don't think any of us are going back. So, well, I know Shaq could go back. Shaq goes because he likes to play his cards. So when I'm there waiting on, was Amari there yet? I can't remember if Amari was there yet or whatever the case may be.
How long were you guys there before I got there?
Not long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't long. Because like I got there and then like Amari showed up probably 10 minutes after.
Okay.
And then you came. It felt like forever waiting for you, honestly. But when I was there, so you know I wear like the Goran hats or whatever. So old boy walks up to me. He was like, "Oh, you got a Goran hat?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I like them." I said, "Yeah." He was like, "You know, yours are cute. I like them." I said, "Yeah, me too." And you know, obviously I have one on. He was just like, "Oh, he was like, I'm an ambassador for them." I said, "Oh, cool." I said, "Cool, nice, okay." He was like, "You should use my code." I said, "I'm fine paying the $50. That's okay." Mm-hmm. He was like, "No, you should use my code. This and the third. Let me send you my code." I said, "No, I'll put it in my notes." He was like, "No, I should send it to you." I said, "No, what is it? I'll put it in my notes. You don't need to send it to me."
Who was with you? Nobody was with. That's why. Because that irritates. Move, sir. We don't want it. Thanks. So I'm talking to him. We don't want it.
So I took it down. I was just like, okay, like that should go. He was like, yeah, you should let me send it to you. No.
Was he trying to get your number? Did you know him?
No.
Familiar with him at all? Ever seen him?
No.
Oh, shout out to Antonio Moore. Antonio Moore came over and he was like,
oh yeah.
Shout out Antonio Moore. Thanks for the support. So
then another guy, Amari was there at this point. Because he knew Amari. Amari knew everybody, low key. So
don't know nobody, know
right.
everybody.
He was just like, excuse me, sir, why do you have on my shirt? I was like, I'm going home to change.
When I got that, I was like, so then, of course, when I get there, I'm looking. I did not see him. Whoever had on your shirt.
You didn't see him?
Mm-mm.
I don't know how you could miss it.
Every shirt that I thought was yours was a shirt that you have, but wasn't the shirt. Because I was like, oh, that's the guy with the shirt. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, he didn't even have that on. So,
and I was like, was that me? He was just like,
Wait, he said that to you?
Yeah, he was like, why do you have on my shirt? I was like, I'm going home to change.
Oh, that's not rude. I mean, he brought it.
He did.
He came with
He could have just said, oh, that's a cute t-shirt. You could have made a fun moment out of it. But you met me with violence. I'm meeting you back with violence.
So when you see someone with something that you have on, do you take into account like who wore it better? Like, does it?
I always know that I did.
Okay. So sometimes if I see somebody with the same thing, I'm like, okay, like it's made for them or is it made for me? Like, who looks better in it?
I always know that I did.
I wish I would have seen him so I could give you.
He was in my picture. The picture I took with Shaq. He was in the background.
I didn't even see that. I didn't see any pictures from last night.
It was on my Instagram. It was on my story.
It's probably gone.
No, it's still there. It was late. We haven't hit the 24-hour mark yet.
Last night was just, ooh. I couldn't.
We've had some interesting times.
Have y'all ever been somewhere and you just see people from like, what the fuck? Like, why are you here? Like, of all the places in the world, I'm seeing people from Washington State. 2, like it's like 1. Okay, 2 people from Washington State that I didn't like. We didn't have like bad. So remember, we were walking back from like the concession area, and the guy was like, hey, and I was like, hey. He was the one. Now he's the crazy. So we dated the same person.
Oh,
I dated the person after, right? Right. So then he was like, when we would be out in Washington, he would be like, oh, this is my replacement. And I was young. I was in my 20s, early 20s. I think I was like 21, 22. No, I was young. And I was just like, replacement. And again, I didn't have the mouth that I have now. I wasn't as aggressive. But if you remember who he is, definitely an upgrade. I wasn't a replacement. I was an upgrade. Oh. But rest in peace to our ex because he passed. But yeah. I just, seeing him, I was just like... And then to be like, hey, like, stop. You used to call me a fucking replacement. The fuck?
I didn't forget.
A replacement. Okay. So it was just a lot. It was just a lot for me. And I was like, I'm over it. I'm ready to go. And that's the first time I've ever been ready to go, like, as soon as I got there. Legit, I could have walked back out the door and been okay. It was just a lot going on.
It was a lot in one place.
It was hoodish. Very hoodish for me.
We've been to some hood spots before.
But it was just the mix. I just felt like really like I felt like the older people were, I was like, like, what are we doing here? Like, we're not supposed to be here together.
Like I said, it gave family reunion vibes, but I could see how you, like, knowing you, like, I could see if it was structured where, okay, spades are being played over here, karaoke is over here, and so.
Drinks and things over there, yeah.
No, it
was like, clusterfuck, here you go, what's up?
And figure it out.
And then when my friends started eating chicken, I was like, child.
I was hungry.
I know, but... So then, I remembered a friend of mine, he had invited me to come one time. He was like, man, they have some really good oxtails. And I was just like, in my head at that moment, I was like, that's ghetto. Who goes to a bar? Like, I guess... In my head, it was like a club. It wasn't a club. It was like a loungy thing. I don't know. I won't be going.
Chicken was good though.
Was it?
Yes.
It didn't look good.
It was good.
It didn't look good. It was white meat though, huh?
It was chicken tenders. Chicken tenders.
Yeah. They were thick as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
They were white meat though, and I don't like white meat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love dark meat.
Huh.
Like
the more you know.
Completely love dark meat.
Wow.
So what else? That was.
I guess we're gonna get to our topic a little bit sooner today, because I'm ready.
So
we've been waiting.
This is the one episode I feel like I've gotten the most like kickback.
Did you screenshot the question?
I did.
Great.
So we starting. Are you want to start there? So here we. Well, you go ahead. You intro. I feel like I always.
So we're doing part 2 to loyalty because Reese is wrong. There we go. That's a good start.
Well, and Ramont thought that everybody was going to agree with him. So what we did on my Instagram page, and I posted it on the did I post it on the R&R podcast?
No, you said no, you wasn't going to do it. You was only going to do your page.
Yeah, because y'all don't follow our a little R&R podcast page. That's why. So if you guys want, it's really close.
Well, you did it.
You always talk about how far away I am.
You don't want moving in.
Well, y'all need to head on over to a little R&R podcast and follow us on our Instagram, because we're going to be putting stuff out there. So y'all need to be tuned in so you can answer these questions that I put on my page, because not enough of y'all was on that page. So we had a conversation about this because I wanted to quote my friend, because I know my friend would be like, I didn't say that. That's not what I meant. Blah, blah, blah. So I called my friend and I said, hey, your stance on like loyalty, right? And
yes.
So it came down to, and IG only gives you so much space, so I had to minimize. Ramont's opinion was, I'm loyal. He's loyal as long as he agrees with the choices being made.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm loyal as long as I'm not negatively affected by the choices made, right? So Ramont voted, which his quote was your vote. So why you voted, I don't know.
Because it popped up on my timeline.
So 38%, 62%. Those were it was one had 38%, the other had 62%.
You know I saw it. You
can
say it.
So you know that you were not of the majority.
They were your friends, so I feel as if
Lies!
I feel as if the voting was rigged.
No. Okay, so the people that agreed with you, I'm gonna just read the name because I don't know all of them.
Oh, we don't need to do that.
Well, I like that. I like the idea because I want you to know that all of these are not my friends. I mean, not that they're not my friends, but some of them are shared friends. So the people that agree with you, I'll tell you.
But also, they don't know who it came from.
What do you mean?
Like they just voted, so they didn't know who it came from.
They didn't know who was right.
I feel as if my picture or they knew it was mine, they would have voted for me more. That's all I'm saying.
So what gives you this whole context that child? Okay, so other people that coconut oil devotee, they agreed with you.
Okay.
I don't know them personally, I don't think. Dreamer and Achiever, who is Terry. You know Terry. I don't know if you know Terry. You would know Terry if you saw him. We both know Terry. Hey, Terry. Terry agreed with you. PJ agreed with you. I don't know if you know PJ or not. He agreed with you. And then Derek Chase agreed with you. And then you agreed with yourself because whatever. Now, everybody else agreed with me. And I didn't vote. So, Shaq agreed with me. Cameron agreed with me.
Ciao.
Nate agreed with me.
What Nate? Go ahead.
The L Squire.
I know what it is.
He agreed with me. Brittany, you don't know Brittany personally, I don't think, but she agreed with me.
She your friend?
She's my coworker.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
My name wasn't like next to it. Jason agreed with me. You know Jason, and Robert Faison agreed with me.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do you want to defend this? Do you want to?
I don't know. I'm not. I can defend I stand firm in what I said.
Right.
It's not changing. What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
So again, because I agree that individuals, like, you can do whatever you want. If I'm loyal to you, as long as you're, again, not negatively affecting me, then we're good. You're, in my opinion, saying that, let me read your opinion again, right?
I'm
can
loyal
say
for myself.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm loyal as long as I agree with what you're doing.
Ramont, you don't agree with everything that I do.
And again, we broke this down. Like, it has to be something that is very detriment to you or someone else. Like, if you're going down a bad spiraling path that I cannot get behind,
so you're not my friend no more?
Exit stage left.
You're not my friend anymore.
I'm your associate at that point.
Really?
Yes. If you took a left turn that I can't bang with, I'm sorry.
But it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with me.
I'm guilty by association.
I'm
guilty by association.
That is not true.
How is it not true?
Because
let's use our reference. If I become a crackhead and I start stealing, matter of fact, no. If I become a scammer and a booster.
A booster and a scammer are two different things.
I became both. I'm doing both. I'm running credit cards and I'm stealing out of the stores.
Okay.
You're my friend.
Yes.
So people know that you hang with me.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they going to say about Reese?
They probably would assume that I'm down with
absolutely.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But a bitch that knows me knows better.
But you hang with me. And you stand behind.
I'm still your fucking friend. Because I'm a loyal bitch. I don't give a fuck about what you're doing. If you're fucking up your life, I'm going to talk to you about it and say,
absolutely. And I say we would have the conversation.
Right.
However,
but then to me, you saying that you would exit stage left because you don't agree, that you're not going to agree with everything. You're not.
It's not a apples and oranges type of situation. It's, if we have the conversation, I don't agree with what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing. Why should I stick around? Why should I be loyal to this?
You're my friend. You're not loyal to that. You're loyal to me. Now, if you're saying that you're not loyal to what an act that I'm doing, I can respect
or
that.
the decisions in which you're making.
You don't have to agree with them.
I don't have to. Right. I don't have to agree with them, so I don't need to be a part of this.
That doesn't. You not agreeing with what I do does not make you a part of what I'm doing. Because of if I am out here.
That's the difference between the type how we look at friendships. Then.
Okay. Which doesn't make sense to me.
Why not?
I'm nervous now. What if I decide that once I retire, I want to, I don't know, smoke crack? Like, I want to try it. And you don't agree with it. Now I don't have a friend because I tried
If you want to try... Ooh, bitch.
God.
That's God.
Look, I'm over here like, please don't move.
You next.
Look, while you get that together, I'm going to read one more opinion because I thought it was a really good one. And it's a buddy of ours, Liam, tuned in. Shout out to Liam. I don't know if Liam listens or not, but I know that he did respond. He said, to me, loyalty like love should be unconditional. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean I won't tell you about yourself if you're doing something that I believe is detrimental to yourself or those around you. Your point. And if you decide to move forward, and if you decide to move forward, I may not move with you, but I'll be here for you to pick you up if you fall.
And I stated that as well. If you became a crackhead,
so he made both
if you became a crackhead, I'm not going down that road with you.
Okay.
If I didn't already try, I didn't talk to you, I'm not going down that road with you.
I thought you tried coke or crack with me. Okay.
No, I'm not that kind of friend. I'm not going.
Why not, friend?
I'm not. But if you decide to clean yourself up and you want help and now you're down and you came to me, I would still be there for you. But
how comfortable am I going to be to come to you once you dismissed me because of the...
I'm going to tell you why.
That's not... I don't feel like that's loyal. I don't feel like that's loyal. I feel like that is selfish. Like you're concerned about what people might think and your opinion. Your opinion does not always matter in situations with me, and vice versa. So I can't be mad. Like, there's decisions that I can't really say that there's decisions that you made that I don't agree with because
you're there for most of my decisions.
Nothing's really like, yeah, nothing's like, I don't agree with that. But if you do it, I'm like, you're my friend. Like, I'm gonna rock with you regardless. If you was a fucking crackhead, I'd be like, this motherfucker is a crackhead, but that is my friend. And I mean, of course, we're going to have those conversations, but I'm not going to be like, now, if you start stealing from me again, bitch, you can't come over.
If I start stealing from you again, so you let me steal from you the first time?
No, I'm saying again, like making my point again. I can't rock with that. Because
so if I stole your flat screen TV one time, you won't let me come back home?
We're not talking about TVs. I'm shouting everybody out today. Shout out Q, who broke my TV a couple years ago. Yeah, I'm not saying that I would allow it, but I'm saying if it happened, I would be like, okay, now I know boundaries. Like, I know that you can't come over my house, or you can't be trusted in my house alone, or whatever. But again, I'm not going to throw you away. I feel like you would, if I made a decision that you did not like, that was, and I realize it's more extreme than not.
Yeah.
But if I made a decision that you didn't like, you'd be like, all right, curtains. I'm done with you. And I don't like that.
It isn't just curtains. It's conversation. It's like there conversations would happen to understand it.
But ultimately, you would be like, I'm out if you don't
it gets
agree.
to a point where it's just like, bitch, I can't.
It gets to a point that I don't do what the fuck you want me to do.
No, it's not do what.
That's what it sounds like.
It does not. Like, can we find a common ground? Can you only do this on Tuesdays? Type of situation.
Only still and do crack on Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays. After that, we good. You shit on Tuesday. I don't know you on Tuesday. I know you all the other days.
No, you are my friend. You're supposed to rock with me. It's like a relationship. It's like a marriage. Through good and bad. Better or worse, or whatever the fuck they say.
People have
Brett, are you peeling?
I don't know.
What's going on with your eye?
I don't know.
Ooh. It's like, I don't know what this is. It's the same thing that you're peeling.
Okay.
Have you gotten sunburn or something?
No.
Excuse the intermission. I can't even get it.
Oh, let me take a look
at it. But because I can't get it all. It's like you're peeling.
You just noticed it. Oh.
Anyways,
Oh yeah, interrupt me while I look ugly and go back to the podcast, bitch.
We can stop and start over. No, but yeah, I feel like in a sense you are like saying, again, if I don't agree with it or it doesn't make sense to me or whatever, then at some point I might just be like, fuck you, and I'm moving on.
I would. It's not a fuck you. I'm moving on. But honestly, I would let you know, like, friend, I can't do this.
But what is it about it that you can't do? Because that's where I'm confused. Because again, for me, in my head, like I said, if it doesn't negatively affect me, I don't see what the real issue. Like the problem.
You keep saying negatively affect you.
Mm-hmm.
So
shout out to Moyatu for Lit Mama.
If you're my friend and you're doing things that I don't like, things that I deem bad, you're like, it's not looking good. I'm now worried. I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm involving myself to make sure that my friend is okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when I say friend, I can't do this anymore because I've exhausted so much, either caring, being concerned, being worried about you and your well-being, going down this bad and negative path. That's why I can no longer get behind it. Because you keep saying negatively affect you. There's a mental state that of negative effect. Like if you're my friend and I care and I love about you and what you're doing is wrong in a sense. It's not good. It's not healthy. I'm worried about you as a friend. And like, at what point do I just like, I just can't do this anymore? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I get that. I can see that point.
So I can't be loyal to that because you're now affecting my mental health, my mental state.
So then it aligns with what I said. It negatively affects you.
Girl!
That's what you said.
But you didn't think you didn't see any negative effects. You just think I'm just writing you off.
That's what I'm saying. Now that you've explained yourself, because all you were simply saying was, "I don't like it, so I'm gonna be out."
But
Like
I don't understand how you don't get that. If I don't like and agree, and you're doing something that terrible, why can't you see that as your friend? I can't stick behind that.
I see what you're saying now that you've explained it, but for me, I don't think that your decisions. Yes, I'm worried, I'm concerned, but for me, just the way that I look at things, as my friend, you make a decision for yourself. You're making a decision for yourself. I'm going to express how I feel. Like we can agree on that. We're going to express ourselves. We're going to have conversations, and we're going to talk about it. But ultimately, what you decide to do is what you decide to do. I have come to a place that I don't take that on.
Right.
I have enough shit going on with myself that I ain't got
exactly.
time.
So you're in, like, if you said, like, okay, if I'm stealing stuff and that. Think about how taxing it is. Okay, this is my friend, but I can't invite my friend over. If I invite him over, I got to hide this and do this each and every time my friend comes over. If we go back to my scenario of every time I go out, I'm fainting at every party, you got to think, oh, I can't go. I really want to go here, but I can't go with him because he's going to do that. And now you got to either, one, you would make excuses as far as why you don't want to come out, or you didn't already told me why you don't want to come out, but now you're staying in the house. Now it's taxing on you because now you have to avoid me and find ways that we can't go out no more, but I'm your friend.
That's you. I ain't feeling that way. Like, I'm going to say, you fight too much. I'm not doing that with you. So, we ain't going out to these events.
You still grapes every time we go into the market. So, I can't go to the market with you because I get nervous.
I don't even cook, so I don't need to go to the market anyway. It's cool.
I'm tired of the rent-a-cops hemming us up every time we go.
Right.
Why is your picture at the door at the supermarket?
Baby, have you seen some of those?
I have.
Oh, it's so crazy.
I'll be like, oh, this is ghetto.
Right. Hood nigga. I don't even like that word. But no, I think that for me, I just don't take that on. I get what you're saying, though. It makes complete sense. But for me, I don't, like, I'm invested and I care about my friends. But at the same time, when you make a decision and you are doing, to me, you're conscious with it. Because if we have conversation about it.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. You are, okay, I'm doing this and this is what I'm doing. You got it. I'm not taking that on. Again, I'm not going to support bad behavior or anything like that, but at the same time, I'm not going to turn my back on.
So we agree adjacent.
We agree adjacent. Because I feel like you agree with me. Because you talked about your mental. And mental health is important.
Mm-hmm.
People, mental health is important.
Right.
Shout out to Omari who didn't make the episode. Because I'm a little upset about it. But work calls, it's fine.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it isn't always about what people say. I mean, honestly, and then that's another aspect of it. If not so much being worried about what people say, but I have to defend you each and every time someone brings you up.
Now, I will say this. I think that...
Like, that's exhausting.
I used to feel that way. I don't feel that way anymore. And I think we kind of had a brief conversation last night. Somebody brought something to me about a friend, and I was just like, yeah. But
imagine if that happened every single time you stepped out.
I would do exactly what I did.
But you would get tired of being asked about that.
Potentially, I might get tired of it.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that you would cut said person off because of the circumstances itself.
Right.
But if it was one of our wild scenarios, you would get tired of like, all right, bitch, listen.
Yes, he's a crackhead. Leave me alone. No, I don't smoke crack anymore. No, I get it. And it would become irritating, but I think at the end of the day, like, so in that moment I thought about this conversation. I was not this conversation, but the topic. Mm-hmm. I was like, because when the guy brought it to me, I was like, this is that moment. This is real life. This is happening.
It's been happening. It's been happening.
We're talking about someone that I care about making a decision that I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm not going to turn my back on them. So what do I do in this moment? And all I did was like, yep. I mean, we know the same information. So what's up? Mm-hmm. Damn, like, I don't know what you want me to say. Mm-hmm. So I was like, did you talk to him?
Well, that was the person that was fishing for information.
True. So, did you talk to him? No? Okay. You should probably talk to him about that, about how you feel. Because you ain't finna talk to him about how I feel, because we ain't finna have a conversation. So, but I get it. I probably at some point will be like, okay, child. Mm-hmm. We all know Ramont steals grapes from the fucking grocery store, bitch. She likes grapes. So, but I don't know. I wouldn't get to the point. I don't feel like I would get to the point. And again, never say never.
Yeah, because it depends on the circumstances.
Yeah. circumstances play a role in it. But
Yeah.
I think overall, we've come to the consensus that my opinion
So
was
let's
more,
say this.
was right.
How can I put it? What scenario I want? I'm thinking like a TV show. 2 gangbangers. We're in a gang together. I'm loyal to
Imagine
you.
that.
Imagine that. Pow, shoot them up. So, like, we're in a gang together. I'm loyal to you in a gang, ride or die. It's you and I because we're sharing the same mindset and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I get out. You stay in.
It should be the other way around.
No,
Because I would get out.
No, you're staying in. I'll get out.
What kind of gang is this? Okay, go ahead. Because I'm probably going to be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Nah, nigga, blood in, blood out. So I get out. I change my life around. You choose to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
I could not be loyal to you still be. I could not be loyal to you staying in the gang if I've changed my life and I'm going down this path.
Because if you have
Guilty by association. And now I have to. And now I also. And my thing is, if I stay your friend while you're in a gang, and think about how dangerous gangs are. Anything can happen. You could die at any moment, get locked up. Anything can happen.
Are we thinking about gangs in the past tense? Because I feel like gangs have evolved.
Yeah,
we're not
gangs in the 90s.
Okay, drive-bys and shit like
right,
that. Okay,
yeah, right. Okay, remember, we're 90s. I don't know what the gangs these days do. So just, you know what I mean? So if I'm your friend and remain your friend and be loyal to that, again, taxing on me because now I'm constantly worried about you. Are you safe? Are you good? This, that, and the third. And I'm over here trying to live my life on a right and narrow path. You know what I mean? So,
but wouldn't you feel like because of the path that you're on, that might be motivation for me? So staying in my life would, especially if it wasn't, we were friends based on being friends, like the gang part.
We came up together, we kids, our mothers live next door to each other. Yes.
Right. Light skins going to church together.
Right, absolutely. They still going to church, still live in the same house.
Amen. But now you
if
don't
I
want to
see
be
you,
my
don't
friend
speak
because you
to
went
me.
the other way.
Yes, because I told you I'm getting out, and we done had this car.
That's selfish shit.
And then if I'm like, you need to get out, you need to change your life around, we need to do X, Y, and Z. You like, nah, fuck this gang for life, nigga. Like, right.
Kiki when you need him. Shout out Big Kiki.
You know what I mean? So if we had those conversations, what more can I do?
I feel like in that scenario, in that description of that, you're being selfish because you're basically saying, do what I did or I can't fuck with you. And I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Not do what I did.
It is. You want me to get out of the gang. Right. Because you
what you do after that, you do whatever, but get out.
So if I get out and I start doing crack, then what? You still my friend or not? I'm still a great crackhead. Now what? Now you're not my friend again because I'm not doing it. So I get it. I understand what you're saying, but I think that loyalty is rooted in being there for whomever through the thick and thin. If I don't get out the gang, we can still. I know.
You know people in the gang?
I don't know if they're still in the gang.
Oh my God!
So I told you. Did I ever say?
No.
Let me give you a short story. I was a junior. I think I was a junior in high school, sophomore, junior, and I was hanging out with some older cats, right? Like just a little bit, like
that. You just showed your age.
Yeah, whatever.
Older cats.
Yeah. So was I a junior? I think I was a junior, and they were like seniors.
Okay.
It was Halloween. They were going out, and they were like, "We're going, da da da." And I was like, "Oh, I want to go." And they was like, "Okay, cool." Never came by, never picked me up, nothing.
Damn.
Right? Ghosted me.
Oh, rude.
Next day or next couple days at school, a group of the group of them ain't at school. And I was like, "What happened?" So it came out that they all Halloween night they went on a burglary spree and was knocking houses off left and right. So they were all in jail, to include the underage driver. Like the driver was much younger than them. So what they call back then, the big homie kind of didn't come get me. Like after he was in jail and everything, we communicated. Like I wrote him and we kept in contact or whatever. And he basically was like, I didn't come get you because that ain't your life. Like I knew that wasn't your life. And so it was almost like he protected me from that. Because I probably would have went. Now, I probably would have went not knowing we were going to go rob people.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have robbed nobody, but I would have been in the space. So he and I are still friends to this day. Like, you did some shit that I don't agree with. And I don't even know that
it
I
didn't
knew what
negatively affect you.
It didn't.
However, had you gone, being loyal, and got your ass locked up, where would y'all be now?
But what I'm saying...
Coachella would have ended that.
I don't know what we would be.
Because it would have negatively affected you.
But that's what I'm saying. So you agree with me. So my point is valid.
But if you would have gotten that car and you know when they hit the first house, they up here robbing people. What you going to do?
I don't know.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm thinking like, what would I have done?
Are you saying, I'm still loyal, so I'm a rob? I'm here. I got to do this too? Or you be like, whoa, take me back home, or I'm going to go catch the bus or walk home, whatever the case may be.
I ain't riding no buses, but...
I mean, it was the 80s, so...
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of ALilRandR Podcast. I am Reese. That's Ramont. You'll see him next time, and I'll be gone. No, I'm just joking. It was the 90s. Thank you. But I see your point, but at the same time, I think that it still aligns with my point. Like I said, it doesn't negatively affect me. She's calling me about tonight. But it didn't. Yeah, you
should have put her on speaker.
Oh,
she's gone.
She hung up.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, your point. You made my point. It did not negatively affect me, so I was able to be. And I don't even know if that was a story of loyalty because we were so young. I don't even know. Excuse me, that I knew what loyalty was. It was just I didn't turn my back on him because of what he had done.
Well,
I didn't agree with it.
That's a little bit different. If I got out of the gang and you, yes, it is.
How? Because
y'all wasn't even friends like that.
We were friends. That's the point. We weren't like
exactly.
Again, we were young, so define friendships. We were cool. To me, for him to have the mindset to say, I'm not picking this boy up because he ain't about this life. To me?
Yeah, that wasn't a loyalty.
You don't think so?
No, because
he was just like I was.
No. I'm just saying that's a bad scenario for loyalty because you wasn't there. You would have had to been there to make our argument to make the argument.
Okay, you're right. I see what you're saying.
Like if you say
ish though, because I feel like you said
adjacent don't work in this scenario. No, it doesn't.
Because,
no, it doesn't.
What did you say? You said decisions that people make if you aren't cool with them. That not necessarily that you're there, but just the decisions that people make that you don't agree with is what will cause you to not be loyal to them. You don't necessarily have to be there. You don't have to be there with me smoking crack. The fact that I smoke crack bothers you. You don't like it, so now we're not friends.
Also, you're missing a part of there was no conversation of where you knew that he was actively stealing and this is what he was doing, and you talked to him many times in school like, hey, Bob, I don't think that you should steal.
His name was Eugene. Bob.
Well, Big Gene.
Big homie.
Like, you should stop stealing. That's not right. Like, you're my friend, Gene, but I don't think that you should be out here stealing. Like, those are people think they work hard for that stuff, Gene. So
first of all, this voice and the Gene.
That's how to me. That's how you talk. And when you was a junior, so you was like, Gene, no, like Gene, you're my friend, and I'll stand beside you and I'll help you out with your homework and stuff. But stealing, Gene, no, Gene, it isn't good. So you didn't know prior to. So you guys didn't have a history.
I'm stuck on this fucking thing. What?
You guys didn't have history of him stealing for you to even make that decision.
But I feel like that was enough.
No, it wasn't.
He went to fucking jail for 10 years. All of them.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Everybody want to call right now? Okay, we're gonna call.
Who's that?
My niece. Hey, you're on the air. We're podcasting right now. You're on it. So what's up?
Hey, y'all. My name's
Why are you holding the phone, sis?
What do you mean?
Okay, we gotta get back. What's up? Bye. Happy belated birthday. Do you have a Cash App? Okay, I gotta send you some money. All right. Bye. Love you too. Bye. Who raised her? She's so ghetto. Anyways.
No, your story doesn't work.
Okay. Well, again, you made my point. So you made my point that you're not loyal because it negatively affected your mental health.
Sure.
This is the shortest episode we ever had.
We ain't done.
Because I feel like you made.
Well, we had to keep talking through it to figure all this out.
Like, but see,
that's why we needed a part 2. It had to come to a conclusion.
Well, I just felt like, again, there was a lot of Larry weighed in. Larry was like, I see both sides, but I don't know who he ultimately. Larry, shout out to Larry, Cam Productions, ARICAMProductions.com, or is it net? I'll find out and put it in the description. He's got some great series out there and some products, and he's an Aries, so he typically agrees with you. And I think it's just an Aries thing. I don't know that he really agrees with you. I think it's just an Aries thing, but it's fine. Whatever.
Your Capricorn wasn't listening.
Which one? There's plenty of Capricorns that listen.
Like who?
Like Aaron now. Shout out to Aaron.
All right, so let's take a different spin.
Okay.
And this spin, because I
shout out to Moy. Your lips look really moisturized. Lip Mama. Where's she at on Instagram? We'll put that in the description.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description. So I got a little. They tried to drag me in the comments because Phaedra and Candy, their friendship.
Oh God. Okay.
So, of course, I went back and watched the old episodes, and this is going to take a spin to this loyalty conversation. And my post was pretty much that
you were very controversial on,
and that's fine.
Facebook. Was it Facebook?
It was Facebook.
Yeah. It
was basically looking back at old episodes as I no longer feel bad for what Phaedra said about Candy. The whole Portia situation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel bad anymore. I felt as if it was time to, basically she wanted to hurt Candy. And I'll explain.
I'm definitely listening.
So, one, you need to go back and watch. You just have to watch the old episodes because...
Like you watched episodes or
I watched
clips?
Real Housewives of Atlanta season 1 and worked all the way back up.
Oh, why?
Why not? Nothing was on for reality TV. And first of all, the original Housewives of Atlanta are classics.
Of course.
But
you just were watching it and then this came
right.
to...
But the thing is, when now that you're watching it and you're not watching it live, in a sense, like you know what's going to happen, so you can look at it through a different lens.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
I
now you can pick up on little nuances that you weren't paying attention to before.
Okay.
Because you were just like, oh my God, it's Sunday night, I need to watch it, versus, I know what's going to happen, so I can casually watch it and pay attention to what's being said, what happened, and what transpired.
Right.
So we already know they were thick as thieves. They were friendship. They were besties on the show. Mm-hmm. And like you can watch, it was an organic friendship. It built. And when it was time for when Phaedra and Apollo was going through their situation is where things started to shift.
Okay.
And Phaedra was basically hurt. What are you looking for?
Nothing.
You drinking more than me?
Mm-hmm.
You're an alcoholic.
Right.
Can't get behind that decision. I'm going to have to cut you off.
Show's over.
When they were going through their divorce itself, and
Phaedra, right? Okay,
right. Phaedra and Apollo was going through their divorce, and the things in which Candy did during that time. One, Phaedra's like, you wasn't showing up. You wasn't showing up for me as I thought my friend should do during my divorce. And the piece that took the cake was when I think when Apollo was going to jail, he was hiding the stuff over at Candy's house. You remember that, right? Mm-hmm. So that is what basically the straw that broke Phaedra's back itself.
Okay.
Because she felt as if you're my friend, why is my husband, ex-husband, the man that is going to jail that has been lying to me, hiding stuff at your house and you don't say anything to me? And her thing was, oh, I thought y'all discussed, but you know what we going through. You my friend. We talk. You know what I'm going through over here. If me and D ever go through something and he's hiding shit at your house and you don't tell me as my friend, I have an issue with you.
Right. If D is going through me to hide things at my house.
And that's what he did.
D went through D. Apollo went through Todd.
Who's what?
Candy's husband.
Okay. Who's also what?
If I'm married and D is good friends.
So as my friend, and also remember, she hooked up her and Todd. Well, she was there.
Okay, she was there.
And I think you got to go back. I think she hooked them up.
Okay.
Or at least like, hey, you should
put
talk.
It on.
Right.
Okay.
But we were friends first.
Agreed.
We were friends first. So and Todd and Apollo, they were building a friendship. But at the end of the day, you are my friend.
I agree.
And if you know what I'm going through with this man, I don't care if he is going through your husband. It's in your damn garage. You know it's over there. And at no point do you not tell me. And now, like she said, the feds are knocking at my door looking for this stuff and everything like that. I don't know where it is, and the shit over at your house. Like, what if she would have got in trouble for that? You know what I mean?
I hear you. I'll give you that. I'm not giving it to you, but I'm saying it is what it is. I see that point.
So
because I feel like in Candy's position, I would have told. If it was like you said, if it was a D thing and I'm married and
Candy,
blah, blah, blah.
the deflection was, oh, I thought you knew, or that was between him and Todd. And her thing was, no, you were my friend.
I agree with that.
You should. That's what loyalty.
Right.
You should have been loyal to me
and let me know.
And I understand like that's your husband, but you should have been loyal to me to tell me what my husband is over here doing.
I agree.
Especially what what we're going through, and then. Regardless of the pillow talk and Todd shading Phaedra and everything like that. And then also was another piece of when people were asking Candy about what Phaedra was doing with the boys when Apollo was in jail, and you know how they would film that. Like she would speak on it.
I don't remember that.
Exactly. You gotta go back and watch.
Yeah.
It's
Candy spoke about what.
Like people would say, like, oh, how do you feel about her? Oh, that's not something I would do, or this, that, and the third. You know, because they're young. Exactly. See, these are the things that if you go back and watch, you'll start to see like, damn, bitch, like that's your friend. Like I would have been like, that's her and her kids and her family. She's doing what's best for her boys. You know what I mean? And then also it was the men talking about, they would tell, what was her? Not Todd. What's the other? Apollo. Oh, we haven't seen them. This and the third. And Phaedra was like, y'all don't call to see the boys. Like y'all telling him one thing, but y'all never called me and said, "Hey, can we come get the boys? Can we want to take the boys here?" Do you say she like I don't have a problem with y'all. If y'all want to come get the boys and take them out, she like I'd be more than grateful to do so. But y'all don't do that. But y'all sit up here and want to
I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
It's good TV. It's a lot of shit you'll be like, damn.
When you go back, but my only
Peter been a bitch.
But my only thing is, at the end of the day, for me, Phaedra lied.
She did, but. I looked at it through the lens of because she was so hurt by what Candy had did during her lowest point. She was hurt by what Candy was doing as my friend. Her entire, in my opinion, her mindset was, bitch, I'm going to hurt you like you hurt me.
But
and she did not care.
I get it.
Hella high water, how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen. But I'm going to hurt you how you hurt me. Like gloves off. Fuck the loyalty. Fuck the friendship.
Right.
It is
lied.
what it is.
Your shit is built on a lie. And my only thing with that is, for me, you'll recognize and realize who I was and what I was in your life in my absence. Like, I'm not doing no ill shit. I'm not doing no ass backwards, lying and all of that. If me and you fell out, I'm just done. Especially if you did some shit to me.
She said I repeated it because I heard it.
She did. And the only thing that I didn't like, again, just thinking about the reunion, right? Because that's when it all popped off. She didn't own it at first. And then it was like, what's the girl, Portia, kind of was like, bitch, it's either like somebody got to take the blame. So
I don't feel bad.
I don't agree with,
like it's saying, like I don't agree with what she said, but I understood it. I understood where she was looking back at it. I understood why she did it.
Because she was
like, I'm not saying I condone it or she should have came up with that big lie. But I understood why she did it and where it was coming from. It was coming from a place of hurt. It was coming from, I don't give a fuck about her, and I'm just going to say whatever. Like it doesn't matter. And I think because when she said it, she didn't care. She
cared.
It was a blank face.
That bitch was shook. She didn't think that it was going to come out the way that it did. In my opinion, I think that she was like, oh fuck. But then once we're here, bitch, we're here.
She didn't care.
Yeah,
she was like,
I don't know. I don't know.
You'll go back. You'll see a lot you'll see a lot of dynamics and friendships, and you'll be like, "Oh, I didn't look at it like that."
Bitches ain't really friends for real.
When Cynthia and Nene, it was very interesting. I can tell you that much. It's very interesting to go back because you know what's going to happen. You just gotta go back. It's good. It's good television.
I did watch like a clip recently of Cynthia like early on, and I was like, she definitely changed.
And Cynthia was a bone collector back then, too.
So what character do you think you are in the friend circle from the Atlanta Housewives?
Y'all already gave me one, didn't y'all?
Who do you think you are? Yeah. I don't know who I would give you. I think it's a mixture because Portia is the fun one. She likes to have a good time. She'll pop up when she needs to. Yeah, I think I'd give you Portia. Young, fun, but a little ratchet.
Ooh.
That's you.
Know that.
Yeah. Are you watching this season?
No.
We can't even talk about it.
Nope.
All I want to say is, girl need to leave that man. Drew, let him go. He already gone, I think. But child, ain't no way. I'm not standing in a situation like that. Period. Dot. Can't and won't.
Are we done?
I think we are done.
This was
I think that we finally came to a agreement.
Adjacent.
That I was right. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of A Little R&R Podcast. We'll be back in a couple weeks with a new episode. Again, this episode garnered a lot of responses, so keep them coming. I think that we got
I think part two will definitely.
But I can appreciate again your stance because again, when you
lay it out,
explained it all. Again, it aligned with what I said.
And you align with what I said.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
It's your boy Ramont.
And I'm Reese. Check us out at A Little R&R Podcast.
You can find us on Apple, Spotify, and all your podcast streaming services.